Hey guys, Melissa here. Thanks for joining me. On my channel I talk about being a minimalist. I talk about minimalism with being a mother, as a wife, as a minimalist homemaker. I have another channel I will probably be putting more videos on, and a homeschooler, a minimalist homeschool mom. So I also talk about the abortion issue, and that's what I want to talk about today. Last night I had my last class for the post-abortive class that I took, the healing class, and this is just the beginning. I also wrote, I met a lady who is going to help me with a book. I need someone to help me edit, so she's going to help me edit and self-publish a book. So I will probably be working on that like today, and at this time in my life where my car is broken down, I can't get around very much, and this is a great time for me to start that book. Healing is so vital to women. And we all got together last night, and it was so meaningful for me, very meaningful. And this post-abortive class or center is actually going to be here for us for 6 more months. For 6 more months of meeting together every single month to see how we're doing. And if we need anything, we can go to them, which is amazing to me. Because after you heal from the abortion, whether you chose or whether you didn't, whatever the reason, there is a lot of changes in you. And like I had shared in one of my videos how I was walking home, and that walk was very vivid to me. I've never really dealt with that walk, and it's always kind of like was just overshadowed by just, trauma with the abortion. So that one hit me when I went up to get my life certificate for my baby. I remember everything slowing down for me, and I shared that with the group last night, that trauma was hitting me. I did not know if I could walk up and get that life certificate. And then when I did walk up, everything slowed down as they handed me the certificate. It was almost like I was being given my baby, is what my thoughts were. Because I didn't have permission to have a baby before. I was not allowed to choose for myself if I wanted a baby or have support. I knew I didn't want, after getting shamed and getting in trouble, I didn't want my mother's help, but I didn't have a choice or even understand it was a baby. I just knew I was in trouble. I was pregnant, and that word was not, that was kind of vague. Like, what does that mean? Does that, I was raised to think, not even me, but family, their philosophy of it's not a baby until it comes out. So it was just very, it was bittersweet last night. It was just so beautiful to finish up with the woman, and we all are in a different place. And I could only kind of think of The Hobbit, where they go through all that stuff together, and then they look back and they can see how far they've come. I kind of felt like that. We were kind of just healed up. The reality of it was a baby, the reality of being able to heal enough to love your baby now was one of the biggest things I heard, and I think it's true, that you actually heal enough to now be able to love your baby, because you weren't allowed to before. You weren't allowed to grieve. You weren't allowed to know some stuff. So that was big. For me, I think it was being mothered with this in a way that is so personal and intimate, and there's a real vulnerability there that you have to show your wounds to people in order to be healed, which is really difficult for a lot of women. And I tend to be very friendly, very outgoing, but when it comes to the deepest things in my heart, I am very private and very personal. you know, I hold things very close to my heart. So for me to be able to open up a little bit more was really helpful and let them get in there.